Welcome to Hamster Guitars, an everyday account of my little project of building a Rickenbacker style bass guitar for my wife Bevi.
Hi, right. The other day when I was thicknessing my neck blank, I was using a caliper to do the measuring, one that I'd bought, and unfortunately it was a digital one, and it turned out that it was out by 5mm, which is an awful lot. By the time I realised I had thicknessed this to what I thought was 37mm, turns out I thicknessed it to 32. So some people might say end of job, but nah. This is, as I said, the neck blank, and it goes right from the headstock all the way to the back of the guitar. So this part here obviously needs to be thinner. So what I'm going to do, if I won't show on camera, but the neck part here needs to be around 20mm. So on the bandsaw I'm going to cut that out, and then take that part that I've cut and I'm going to laminate it onto the back of the body. And once I've got it laminated onto the back of this body, I will then re-thickness this part to get me 37mm. So that particular problem is solved, thankfully. It says you make mistakes on these things, and of course you do. It's the very first time I've built a guitar. Now, I just put that there for a second when it belongs. I have been cutting the rest of the wood. I didn't film it because cutting wood is cutting wood. You've seen me do it when I've been cutting the pieces for the neck. So what I've got now is all the wood I need to make the body, and that is what I'm going to show you next. So just bear with me. Here is the pieces of wood that I've cut. Underneath this picture, underneath that wood there, is more or less that shape. Can you see? I don't know if you can see in this light, but what I do, I will be gluing these three bits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these 5 pieces of wood together, and those 3 pieces of wood together. And when I've done that, I will then cut them into the correct shape. Once that I have got the pieces all glued together for the body, what I'll need to do then is to cut it out to the shape of the guitar. So how I get the shape of the guitar onto the fully glued pieces, which are going to be glued momentarily, is with this stuff. Carbon paper. And what I do, as you see my plan here, underneath my plan is some 5mm MDF, which I'm going to make into a template. So we take the pieces and we put them underneath. Between the drawing and the board. Can't concentrate and talk at the same time. Hang on. There, and the last one. So then this one first, not here for. So now that's all in line and all underneath. Change the glasses. And once I've done that, I will simply draw around the outside of this pattern. Starting at the back here, keeping in the line all the way. Now there's probably people out there screaming, you don't do it like that, but I do. You see, here's where another part of what I do comes into play. As soon as I've done all this, I will then, with a special curve tool that I've got, which I use when I'm sewing, I will make this line perfect. Because at the moment it is what it is. It's just me going over the line by hand. Oh! Now I do the bottom bit. Making sure that I get the curves to the right shape. Now whether I make this body slightly smaller, you know, with it being for bevy, that won't matter as long as I keep to this exact shape. Voila. At this point I could, in actual fact, put all these in as well, but as yet I'm not sure what formation I'm going to use as far as pickups and bridge. I know that I really would like to get a Rickenbacker bridge, purely for the look of them. I know they're a bit awkward, but it will just look better in this guitar. But the rest of it, not sure of yet, so I'm going to leave. I can always put that onto a routing template later. Now let's see if it's worked. It certainly looks like it has. So, put them to one side, use them again. I didn't use that much ago. Out of the way. If you look on here, you can see the shape of my hamster backer. Probably best off looking at it like that, because that's its shape now, there. So what I do now, I will simply cut that out on the bandsaw. Well, I have to cut it down on the table saw first, but then cut the sides out with the bandsaw, and then it will be ready to just sandpaper down and move on to the next bit. Okay, it's all going well. Right, here we are today. It's a different day, and what I'm going to do is cut the templates that I drew out yesterday. I'm going to first cut them on the table saw so I can get them down to a size where I can cut the actual shape out on the bandsaw. So, over to the table saw for the first turn. There. So, there's first bit and the headstock ready for the bandsaw. That wasn't as frightening as I thought it was going to be. Right now, what I'm doing is, there we go. What I'm doing now, I'm going to cut round this template. And it's getting a bit noisy. We can soon sort that, I suppose. Well, as you can see, I'm almost there. I've just got to redo this line on the other side, this line here, so that I can do it that way. So that's okay. There we are again. I now have my template cut out. and I have marked out my separate pieces all ready to glue together. So that's next in line. Put that over there for a minute. Yep. First, I'm going to do a dry fitting, just to make sure that all this goes where it's supposed to go. That is roughly it. With my head getting chopped off. Now, here you can see the pieces together, all nice and snug. You can see the outline of the guitar, or at least I think you can. So what I'm going to do now is to glue these, then do the same with the bottom, and then I'll be ready to fit to the guitar. Now then, we're starting to see the shape of a guitar. It's just the templates at the minute and the neck. But we are getting there. And so, I'm going to leave it at that for now. It's a bit, I'm not on my face because I'm sweating like a bull up here. But that seems a good place to end this video, and we'll see what comes up next.